Okay, head scratchers abound. Questions for the Reformed, the Tulip Calvinist people. You can see Westminster Confession explaining divine determinism, exhaustive divine determinism, meaning God predetermined all things and nothing could happen otherwise than what's God's predetermined. As I scroll to scripture, I ask this question: how can the Reformers, the Tulip, the Calvinist people so easily just say, oh, my pastor said this, the Westminster Confession says it, so it's got to be true, and then just go with it. Just be comfortable with it. Do you think about the implications? Do you think about the roots of what's happening in it? Now, I'm just going to read this one set of scripture. This is Psalm 81. This doesn't prove anything, but at the same time, boy, are the questions heavy against determinism, exhaustive divine determinism, meticulously controlling all things. So, hear, my people, is what God said to Israel. And I warn you, if you would only listen to me, well, if things are determined, what are they listening to? They're listening to words that can't come true for them. They're listening to ideas that they can't choose or partake in. They're hearing words because God decreed for them to hear them. But in this case, they couldn't really choose to listen or obey or be obedient because God's got secondary means and secondary causes and secondary desires and secret wills. So they couldn't listen. I'm not sure, but that's the implication. Okay. Oh, God says you shouldn't have any foreign gods before me. But as we know, Israel worshiped false gods all the time. Read the Judges, chapter 3 through 12, 13, and you'll see false gods, Ashtoreths, false gods. Okay. Baal worship, right? See, you shall not worship any other gods than me. I am the Lord your God who brought you up out of Egypt. Open wide your mouth and I will fill it. What does that mean? I don't know. Let's read on though. But I think it's a conditional statement. Hey, if you guys open your mouth to my truths, if you pray to me, confess to me, worship me out loud, speak about me, I will fill your mouth with goodness. I will fill your heart, mouth, eyes, ears with goodness. Now, I'm kind of guessing on that, but right here it says, but you would not listen to me. Well, wait a minute. Maybe they would, but you decreed them not to. You exhaustively determined that for a bigger and better purpose that we don't know, you don't tell us, that they couldn't listen to you. I wish Israel would submit to me, but they didn't. So what happened? Wait a minute. There's a consequence because of their choices, or there's a consequence based on something they couldn't do because they were predetermined not to be able to do it. Remember, this is just one. You can go to just about any scripture and you'll see the troubles arise. And I don't know why the reformers are so easily swept in and say, hey, this has got to be the way it is. So I gave them over to stubborn hearts to follow their own devices. Well, wait a minute. It's not their own devices, is it? I thought it was predetermined. Oh, but there's secondary causes, and you're free to make choices according to your nature, and your nature is just so corrupt that your own devices will only be sinful. Now, of course, I'm speaking from the Reformed camp, but boom, God says again, if you'll only listen to me, if they would only follow my ways, but they can't. Why do you say this? I don't think the Bible can read like this if determinism is true. If God can't lie, then the Bible can't read like this. It's automatically contradictory and a lie and changes the perfect, righteous, holy nature. The psalm continues, if you listened, if you would follow my ways, then I would be there protecting you. Well, wait a minute. What would you be protecting them from? Your decree? So you would decree something evil, but it really wouldn't be decreed because you already know that you're not going to have it happen, or you're already going to fight that evil enemy for them if they listen, but they can't listen because you decreed that they can't really obey. Oh my golly. Oh my goodness. Oh my graciousness. So those, well, This is interesting. Those who hate the Lord would pretend obedience to him. Boy, does this sound like the modern day, no, I shouldn't say modern day, at zero, when Jesus is on earth. Doesn't this sound like the Pharisees, Sadducees? Those who hate the Lord would pretend obedience to him. And then their time of punishment then would be forever. But I would feed you with the finest wheat and with the honey from the rock and satisfy you. Okay, sorry, my video is always, I can talk all day on this stuff. Doesn't make sense. Head scratchers abound, Psalm 81.